Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna. I'm opening the file, the website here. I'm opening it so we can start reading. Yeah. Everybody can see it, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, let's start reading. Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi ki jai. So, Harita Mataji, you can start reading, Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Happy Ekadashi. During the hottest season, northern hemisphere, if one can perform upavasa without water, one is performing a great feat. One may take only charanamrita and achamana water. Bhima requested one vrata day by which he could obtain the fruits of all the other days of vrata that he was incapable of observing. Vyasadeva advised him to follow this difficult vrata. One should worship the Lord in the evening by bathing him in milk. On the Dwadashi, one should give full pots of water to Brahmanas and feed them before breaking one's fast. संवत्सरस्य या मध्ये एकादश्यो भवन्ति हि तसं फलम् अवाप्नोति पुत्र मे नत्र संशयः इति मां केशवा प्राह शंखचक्र गदाधरा. Haribhakti Vilasa 1525 from Padma Purana. Vyasadeva speaks to Bhimasena. O son, Lord Keshava, who holds the club, disc, conch and lotus flower in his hand, personally told me that all of the merit achieved by fasting on whatever Ekadashis fall in 1 year can be attained by fasting on this one Ekadashi, Nirjala Ekadashi. Of this there is no doubt. Atmadroha kritastestu yer esha nahi uposita papatmano durachara dushtaste na atra samsayah. Hari Bhakti Vilasa 1533 from Padma Purana. Vyasadeva speaks to Bhimasena. Anyone who does not fast on this particular Ekadashi, Nirjala Ekadashi, they should be understood to be sinful, corrupted and suicidal person without a doubt. The story of Pandava Nirjala.
Thank you, Harita Mataji. Thank you so much. This is big. That's why I gave you long time opportunity. This is very big glory. Now, Shivani Mataji, you can read.
Hare Krishna Dharma Pranam to all. Happy Ekadashi. Once Bhishma Sen, the younger brother of Maharaj Yudhishthira, asked the great sage Shri Vyasadeva, the grandfather of Pandavas, if it is possible to return to the spiritual world without having observed all the rules and regulations of the Ekadashi fast. Bhishma then spoke as follows. O greatly intelligent and learned grandfather, my brother Yudhishthira, my dear mother Kunti, and my beloved wife Draupadi, as well as Arjuna, Nakul, and Sahadev, fast completely on each Ekadashi and strictly follow all the rules, guidelines, and regulative injunctions of that sacred day. Being very religious, they're always telling me that I should also fast on that day too. But, O learned grandfather, I tell them that I cannot live without eating, because as soon as Vasudeva Sammarta, the digestic air, hunger is unbearable to me. I can give widely in charity and worship Lord Keshava properly with all manner of wonderful optional items, but I cannot be asked to fast on Ekadashi. Please tell me how I can obtain the same merits result without fasting. Hearing these words, the grandsire of Bhishma, Shri Vyasadeva said, if you want to go to the heavenly planets and avoid the hellish planets, you should indeed observe a fast on both the light and dark Ekadashi. Bhishma replied, oh great, saintly, intelligent grandfather, please listen to my plea. Oh, greatest of munis, since I cannot live if I eat only once in a day, how can I possibly live if I fast completely? Within my stomach burns a special fire named Varka, the fire of digestion. Agni, the fire of God, descends from the Lord Vishnu through Brahma, and from Brahma to Agnesha, from Agnesha to Brihaspati, and from Brihaspati to Sama, who was Agni's father. He is the great gatekeeper in change of Namiti, the southeastern direction. He is one of the 8 material elements, and Prakrishti Maharaj, he is very expert at explaining things. He explained Maharaj Chibi once by turning into a dove. For further information on the incident, see Shri A.C. Bhaktivedanta from Prabhupada Srimad Bhagavatam, commentary to 1.12.20. Purport. Agni is divided into 3 categories.
Mataji, thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you, Shivani Mataji. Next, who is the raise hand? One second.
Hare Krishna.
Shamgori Mataji, please read Mataji.
Agni is divided into 3 categories. Devagni, the fire in wood, Jataragni, the fire in digestion in stomach, and Vadavagni, the fire that creates fog when hot and cold steam mix in, for example, the ocean. Another name for the fire of digestion is Brika. It is this power fire resided in Bhima's stomach. Only when I eat to my full satisfaction does the fire in my stomach become satisfied. O great sage, I might possibly be able to fast only once. So I beg that you tell me an Ekadashi that is worthy of my fasting, and that includes all other Ekadashis. I shall faithfully observe that fast and hopefully still become eligible for liberation's release. Srila Vyasadeva replied, O king, you have heard from me about the various kinds of occupational duties, such an elaborate Vedic ceremonies and pujas. In the Kali Yuga, however, no one will be able to observe all these occupational and functional duties properly. I shall therefore tell you how at practically no expenses one can endure some small austerity and achieve the greatest benefit and resultant happiness. The essences of what is written in the Vedic literatures known as the Puranas is that one should not eat on either the dark or light fortnight Ekadashis. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharat Purana, they 12, 13, 12 and 15. The Bhagavad Purana is itself the essence of cream of all Vedanta philosophy, Sara Vedanta Saram, and the Srimad Bhagavatam's inequivocal messages is that of full surrender to Lord Sri Krishna and the rendering of loving devotional service to him. Observing Ekadashi strictly is a great aid in that process, and here Srila Vyasadeva is simply stressing to Bhima the importance of the Ekadashi Vratam. One who fasts on Ekadashi is saved from going to the hellish planets. Hearing Srila Vyasadeva's words, the son of Vayu, Bhimsen, the strongest of all warriors, became frightened and began to shake like a leaf on a banyan tree or in a strong wind. The frightened Bhimsen then said, "Oh grandfather, what should I do? I am completely unable and ill equipped to fast twice in a month throughout the year. Please tell me of the one fasting day that will bestow the greatest benefit upon me." Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji. Preeti Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, please read, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, all devotees. Happy Ekadasi. Hare Krishna. Vyasadeva replied, without drinking even water, you should fast on the Ekadasi that occurs during the light fortnight of the month of Jeshta, May, June, where when the sun travels in the sign of Taurus, Vrishab, and Gemini, Mithun. According to the learned personalities, on this day one may bathe and perform achman for pratiprokshana purification. But while performing achman, one may drink only that amount of water equal to the drop of gold, or that amount it takes to immerse a single mustard seed. Only this amount of water should be placed in the right palm for sipping, which one should from the resemble a cow's ear. If one drinks more water than this, he might as well have drunk wine despite the soaring heat of summer in the northern hemisphere and cold in the southern hemisphere. One must certainly not eat anything, for if he does so, he breaks his fast. This rigid fast is in effect from sunrise on the Ekadasi day to sunrise on the Dwadasi day. If a person endeavors to observe this great fast very strictly, he easily achieves the result of observing all 24 other Ekadasi fast throughout the entire year. On Dwadasi, the devotee should bathe early in the morning. Then, according to the prescribed rules, guidelines, and regulative injunctions, and or of course, depending on his ability, he should give some gold and water to worthy Brahmins. Finally, he should cheerfully honor prasadam with a Brahman. O Bhimasena, one who can fast on this special Ekadasi in this manner, reaps the benefit of having fasted on every Ekadasi during the year. There is no doubt of this, nor should there be. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Preeti Mataji. Achyuta Priya Mataji, please read, Mataji. Achyuta Priya. One second. Until where she read, Mataji? Oh my God. Here, right? She finished until here?
I'm not very sure.
Yes,
Mataji.
yes, Mataji.
Until
Yes, I
Ekadasi
think.
fast, right? Here?
Fast,
Yes.
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
next
yeah.
one.
Because I removed the cursor, I got confused.
No.
One second.
Uh,
One second. Okay, here. Oh, Bhishma Sena. From there.
Bhishma Sena. Yes. No, Bhima Sena. Bhima Sena in the Kali Yuga, the age of quarrel and
Yes, oh, Bhima
hypocrisy.
Sena.
Yes. Now, when all the principles of the Vedas will have been destroyed or greatly minimized, and when there will be no proper charity or observance of the ancient Vedic principles and ceremonies, or will there be any means of purifying the self? But there is the opportunity to fast on Ekadashi and become free of all one's past sins. O son of Vayu, what more can I say to you? You should not eat during the Ekadashis that occur during the dark and light fortnights, and you should even give up drinking water, Nirjala water, on the particularly auspicious Ekadashi day of Jyeshta Shukla Ekadashi. On Vrikodhara, voracious eater, whoever fasts on the Ekadashi reserves the merits of bathing in all the places of pilgrimage, giving all kinds of charities to worthy persons, and fasting on all the dark and light Ekadashis throughout the year in one go. Of this there is no doubt. O tiger among men, whoever fasts on this Ekadashi truly becomes a great person and achieves all manner of opulence and wealth, great strength and health. And at the fearful moment of death, the terrible Yamadutas, whose complexions are yellow and black, and whose brandish huge maces and twirls, mystic Pasha robes in the hair for binding their victims, will refuse to approach him. Rather, such a faithful soul will at once be taken to the supreme abode of Lord Vishnu by the Vishnu Dutas, whose transcendently beautiful forms are clothed in gorgeous yellowish garments, and who each hold a disc, clock, conch, and lotus in their forehands, resembling Lord Vishnu. It is to gain all these benefits that one should certainly fast on this very auspicious and important Ekadashi, even from water. Thank you. Should I continue?
No, Mataji, I will read, Mataji.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
When the other Pandavas heard about the benefit to gain the following Jyeshta Shukla Ekadasi, they resolved to observe it exactly as their grandfather Srila Vyasadeva has explained it to their brothers Bhimsena. All the Pandavas observed it referring from eating or drinking anything, and thus this day is also known as Pandava Nirjala Dwadasi, technically Mahadwadasi. Srila Vyasadeva continued, O Bhimasena, therefore you should observe this important fast to remove all your past sinful reactions. You should pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, in this way, making your Sankalpa declaration. O Lord of all Devatas, demigods, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, today I shall observe Ekadasi without taking any water. O unlimited Anantadeva, I shall break the fast on the next day, Dwadasi. Thereafter, to remove all his sins, the devotees should honor this Ekadasi fast with full faith in Lord and with full control over his senses. Whether his sins are equal in volume to the Mount Sumeru or to Mandara hill. If he or she observes this Ekadasi, the sins that he have been accumulated all become nullified and are burned to the ashes. Such is the great power of this Ekadasi. O best of human beings, although a person should also give water and what water and crows in charity during this cows in charity during this Ekadasi, if for some reason or other he cannot, then he should give a qualified brahmana some cloth, or pot filled with water. Indeed, the merit achieved by giving water alone equals that gained by giving gold 10 million times a day. O Bhima, Lord Krishna has said that whoever observed this Ekadasi should take a holy bath, give charity to worldly person, chant the Lord's holy name on Japamala, and perform some kind of recommended sacrifices. For by doing these things, on this day one receives the imperishable benefits. There is no need to perform any other kind of religious duty. Observe this Ekadasi. Fast alone promotes one to the supreme abode of Sri Vishnu. O best of the Kurus, if one donates gold, cloth, or anything else on this day, the merit one obtained is imperishable. Is there anybody who would like to read from here?
Mataji,
Okay,
can
Amy Mataji is there. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Happy Ekadashi. Remember, whosoever eats any grains on Ekadashi becomes contaminated by sin and verily eats only sin. In effect, he has already become a dog eater, and after death he suffers a hellish existence. But he who observes this sacred Jeshta Shukla Ekadashi and gives something in charity certainly achieves liberation from the cycle of repeated birth and death and attains to the supreme abode. Observing the Ekadashi, which is merged with Dwadashi, frees one from the horrible sin of killing a Brahmana, drinking liquor and wine, becoming envious of one's spiritual master and ignoring his instructions and continually telling lies. Furthermore, O the best of beings, Jivatma, any man or woman who observes this fast properly and worships the Supreme Lord Jalshai, he who sleeps on the water, and who on the next day satisfies a qualified Brahmana with nice sweets and a donation of cows and money, such a person certainly pleases the Supreme Lord Vasudev, so much so that 100 previous generations in his family undoubtedly go to the Supreme Lord's abode, even though they may have been very sinful of bad character and guilty of suicide, etc. Indeed, one who observes this amazing Ekadashi rides on glorious celestial airplane Vimana to the Lord's abode. One who on this day gives a Brahmana a water pot, an umbrella, or shoes surely goes to the heavenly planets. Indeed, he who simply hears these glories also attains to the transcendental abode of the Supreme Lord Sri Vishnu. Whoever performs the Shraddha ceremony to the forefathers on the dark moon day called Amavasya, particularly if it occurs at the time of a solar eclipse, undoubtedly achieves great merit. But the same merit is achieved by him who simply hears this sacred narration. So powerful and so dear to the Lord is this Ekadashi. One should clean his teeth properly and without eating or drinking, observe this Ekadashi to please the Supreme Lord Keshava. On the day after Ekadashi, one should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his form as Trivikrama by offering him water, flowers, incense, and a brightly burning lamp. Then the devotee should pray from the heart, O God of gods, O deliverer of everyone, O Rishikesha, master of the senses, kindly bestow upon me gift of liberation, though I can offer you nothing greater than this humble pot filled with water. Then the devotee should donate the water pot to Brahmana.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hare.
Mm.
Thank you.
Okay, Vrinda, read. Just hope Bhimasena, read from there.
Bhimasena. Oh, Bhimasena, after this Ekadasi fast and donating the recommended items according to his ability, the devotees should feed Brahmins and thereafter honor prasadam silently. Srila Vyasadeva concluded, I strongly agree you urge you on this auspicious preferring sin during Dadashi in just that way I've outlined. Thus you have completely freed all the sins and reached the supreme level. Thus ends the narration of words of Sukala Ekadashi or Bhimasena Nirjala Ekadashi from the Brahma Varta Purana.
Nirjala Ekadasi ki jai. Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi ki jai.
Yay.